Risk of Rain 2, because we're loving it. I actually gotta get my channel up so I can see if anybody's on there. I think we should be streaming now. Now, it says Iconoclast Session 8. I don't know why it does say that. It shouldn't say that. It should say Risk of Rain 2, but apparently it's wonky. Something's wonky and I don't care because we are live. You may notice that we are starting from a different page than we usually start from, and that is the page of pause because we are hip deep, hip deep, hip deep in an engineer run. Because I thought I would do just a little warm-up run so that I could actually, get warmed up. And it turned out to be amazing balls. Overkill, yo! Rabbits! Rabbits in the chat, how you doing, yo? I hope life is treating you very, very well in the far-flung fields of Deutschland. Deutschland. There's a CH in there, isn't there? But it is good to have you in, as always. We're blowing up everything, basically. This was supposed to be a warm-up run that ended up turning into an amazeballs run. And so we just have to run with it. Trying to unlock a character. And they're not giving me the actual... Yos, Hive! Hive! They're not giving me the stage that is supposed to let us unlock said character. But it is always wonderful to see you as well, Hive. Doing good. Did the dishes, sipping some coffee. Nice. The coffee. It's been so long since I've sat down with a good hot cuppa. Because I don't have the time in the morning to drink a full pot anymore. And if you're not going to drink a full pot of coffee, then what's the point of making a pot of coffee is what I'm thinking. So, unfortunately it's cold canned coffee, which is at least sweet, and that does have something going for it. Are you going to let us open you up? Yes, thank you. Oh, you are rockets that we already have. That helps us out not. I've been listening to the Damon times Machina soundtrack, and coffee is good. I do love coffee, but there's an efficiency aspect to it. Coffee is the lifeblood of working people. It is... It so much is. Boss coffee is good though. I have to give it that. So, basically what happened on this run was we lucked into a Tesla coil and high damage. And the Tesla coil basically shoots bolts of electricity out from our body towards anything and everything that's around us and tends to kill everything really quick. Which is, in one sense, good, but it does mean that we don't really get to see too much of the engineers' engineering, because we don't need the turrets as much as we would in a normal engineer run. But we will make sure to break some of those out because they look pretty cool. We'll unlock the lunar thing just because we can. I made a big pot chewing some cookies too. Oh my god. You're all making me jealous. But that's okay. That's okay. Jealousy is what pushes us along into semi-greatness? No, that's not how that works. A desire to not disappoint pushes us along to semi-greatness? That doesn't sound so positive either. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna workshop it. Send it back to the testing grounds. Let them kick the tires a little bit. We'll figure out what sends us along to semi-greatness that is also inspiring. But for the nonce, I think that we're just gonna basically burninate everything. That seems like a good plan. I'm pretty good with the burninating. Now, we've got, what do we have? I don't want that. Trash. I mean, it's not trash. The bitter fruit is actually pretty good, but it's not as good as rockets. And I'm a big fan of sticking with rockets, so we're gonna do that. Another ukulele. Another ukulele. Now we are filled with electricity. As well we should be. Our music is electric. I think if we don't take Bursting Fungus, that Kronos will be very sad if he comes into the chat. So we do need the Bursting Fungus. And anything that ups speed would be good, because there is an unlock involved with 300% speed. Now, I think I may have seen... I was supposed to do a second jump there. There we are. There's our teleporter. Let us teleport. Teleport to Lollaport. Ooh, Wandering Vagrants. But we'll get our turrets out, so we can have fun. Was it John that wanted to see more Risk of Rain 2? Perhaps. I know that Sai is a big Risk of Rain 2 fan. I know that John has popped into the chat previously, but I don't know if it was particularly for Roar 2 or not. Sai is a big Roar 1 fan, and I know that he was interested in how Roar 2 was working out, which, to be perfectly frank, is working out pretty well for me. I am eagerly awaiting the content drop, but I don't know if we have a definitive PlayStation date for that yet. I think Kronos might have mentioned something in the previous stream, but my memory being what it is, well, my memory is pretty trashy, to be honest. So I don't remember what he said. Might ping him in Steam Plug then. Well, I would be absolutely delighted. Don't feel like you have to, but it is always nice to have Sai in the chat. Just Sai about. Sai is good people. Just straight up good people. What are you? You're Transcendence, and we don't want Transcendence. Transcendence is garbage. Lunar Portal, I mean, we could check it out. No reason not to check a Lunar Portal. Even though I don't think that we have enough to actually buy anything. Now what we're hoping for in Rally Point Delta for our 3rd level. Because both of those have associated unlocks, and it would be nice to pick those up. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the tail looking thing before. That might be fun to look at. And I don't know what this is. It looks like a weird clay doll. I'm going with the tail looking thing. It's a shaped glass. Double your damage but halve your health. Oh my god. Now, we don't want any of this, so we're just gonna leave it be, and hope that having our healths helps? You put an S on health. No, you don't. I think you pinged Simon Hive? No, never mind. Well, both John and Simon are more than welcome to join us in our stream. Ooh, yes! Okay, Abandoned Aqueduct. Now, we're looking for 2 buttons. One of which we're going to place a turret on, and the other of which we're going to step on. And then we're going to kill off some nasty bosses. Possibly nasty bosses. And that will do us fine. Also, we seem to be trouncing the hell out of everything. Yes! I will sprint much faster. Give me my unlock. It was Simon who's interested in Roar 2. Yes, yes. He mentioned it last time he came into Lisu's stream. He did indeed. And I think he's mentioned it perhaps on Kazi's streams as well. I feel like I knew that detail previous to his actually joining us. Now, I have seen pictures of these buttons, and they are tiny and seemingly easy to lose in the environment. We beat 500 elite monsters. Nice! I will take all of those. Also, if everything melts, that makes me happy. I am happy for the melting. Ah! We done got froze. Now, do we want to risk something for Paul's goat hoof? I'm gonna say no, even though it probably would push us over the top for the sprint unlock. Excuse me? What the hell in hell? Alright. That was, I mean, I got, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and check. I didn't notice anything that was particularly disadvantageous to us, and yet, we did. We did get a bunch of unlocks though, and that is nice. We'll check the tapes. Frank, check the tapes. I know it was an elite, and I think it was a Malachite elite, and I think they've got some kind of special destroy the world type of thing. Drawn, yo! It is a pleasure to see you, mate. And I'm glad that you've dropped in on an early stream. Well, I mean, I'm glad that you dropped in early on the stream. There were spikes on the ground, and that's from the Malachite. But those spikes must do way more damage than I was expecting. I'm not going to read through these because the font is really tiny, but I will at some point. Because I do like all the little, the stories in the equipment logs. Drawn, how you doing, yo? Is life, treating you well? I hope. I have my toes crossed because I need my fingers, is the thing. Or I would also cross my fingers. It's a difficulty, you know. You've only got so many body parts that you could cross. Now, Bundle of Fireworks is one of my faves, so we'll read that one. And it says, "Hey, happy anniversary! You really thought I forgot? Oh, I thought I was the dumb one in our relationship. Come on! Of course not. Well, I wasn't going to let a little alien death planet ruin our night, right? Just watch, just watch. It's okay, just watch. You'll love it. You really will. Then we can go home. You keep your eyes closed. Just listen. Here it comes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And kerblami, I guess. We assume that the fireworks go off at that point. Okay. I hope that we get more bundles of fireworks because I like those a lot. And we did pick up a couple of monster logs. We've got the hermit crab, which is apparently not the kabutops, which is fine. Oh, the kabutops is a beetle. Gotcha. And the ever-loving, redundantly named wandering vagrant. So that is also a thing. Now, where do we go? Who do we use? We could give a shot with the Artificer, who we haven't used on stream before, but who is pretty nifty, but also pretty difficult to use. And then perhaps bounce back to the Huntress? But the Artificer is kind of a mage-esque character. Not Mage the Ascension, but I mean, I suppose they could fit in with Mage the Ascension. They could probably rock that out. Eventually, we're gonna have to get that fuel cell to Rally Point Delta, but I don't think that's gonna be this one. Now, the Artificer's abilities are a bit weird. So our base shot is kind of like a fireball energy plasma thingy, but instead of being infinite like a lot of the base shots, it runs on sets of 4. So once you've fired off 4, it's got to do a cooldown. It's not a heavy cooldown, and the shot itself is pretty powerful, so it makes up for it. Our one attack is a flamethrower that's short range, very heavy, directly in front of your face, so you've got to be right up there with the enemies to get it to rock. L1 is a wall of ice that I still haven't quite figured out how to make work for me. And L2 is chain lightning? Yes. And we completely screwed up the chain lightning on that one. Now the cooldowns are relatively forgiving, so we do appreciate that. And it doesn't seem like our fire attacks do less damage against fire enemies, which is also appreciated. We did get the Lament configuration, so we will be opening the box. And why wouldn't we, really? At the end of the day, boxes are meant to be opened. Get some lunar coins back. Appreciate those. Primordial cube. It's very mordial. Primordial. It's ultramordial. No, that doesn't really work. I'm gonna have to work on that one. But will your suffering be legendary even in hell? Your suffering will be legendary even in hell. I don't know. I mean, I don't like it. Pain, pleasure, you know, it's all kind of it's a roll of the die, so to speak. Depends on where your viewpoint is. I think mostly Frank was just a douche. And basically deserved what he got. But it would explain why he's not enjoying hell very much. Or the labyrinth. If we're going to be perfectly pedantic about our nomenclature. Oh, that's right, we can kind of sort of fly. That's a good thing to remember. If we hit jump a second time, we can, well, kind of sort of fly. It's not a perfect flight. We did get Beetle Queen, so that is lucky for us. Now, what is that? What are you, my friend? Rusted key. Gain access to a rusty lockbox that contains treasure. Okay. I mean, I suppose that's a good thing. Alright, are we back? I hope that we're back. Apparently we died. Yatta! We are back. I don't know what the hell happened. There's no, like, crappy weather or anything. And I haven't had problems most of the day. But apparently in the this intervening space of connection being lost, we did die. But that's okay, because I like the Titanic plains more. See Leonardo DiCaprio's massive, gargantuan, cyclopean ribs sticking out of the landscape? He's not gonna draw anybody like a French girl, but, I mean, not being a corpse and everything. It's gonna be problematic for him as well. Also, it's a little bit easier to parse where things are. Things are a bit more wide open, which I appreciate, and I like the green. I like the green. Such small things that give us pleasure. I still don't know how I feel about the Artificer. Like, they seem pretty neat, and Chronos said that they're really good on PC, but not particularly good on PS4. Do you think those rips would have tasted good grilled? You know, they say that people taste like pork. Now, I've never tested that, so I couldn't say for certain, but I suppose if you like barbecue pig, then maybe you'll like people? Or Slaying Green. I mean, it's got to be one or the other. Oh, right, we got a flamethrower. I totally forgot about that. Now, apparently, our geometric shot also stuns things, which is really good to know. Because the stunnage... Stunning, darling. Stunning. Is pretty useful. That's why human meat is colloquially known as long pork. Well, I mean, you know, that might be overstating the case a little bit. Because some folks, they're pretty small. Smaller than boars. We are getting trashed, and we ragdolled. Ragdoll, indeed living in a movie. Hot Tramp, Daddy's little cutie. Which means that we're going back to Huntress. That's just the way it's gonna have to be. I'm gonna try Huntress out on medium difficulty. Because the last couple times I've played with Huntress have been, like, just really stellar runs. So, you know, if you have an allergy to pork, would you also have an allergy to people? Can you have an allergy to pork? I suppose it must be possible. Anything that gets the immune system kicking in a way it ought not be kicking would probably induce an allergic reaction. I mean, that is basically an allergic reaction, but... Now, I would like y'all just to not be Beetleborgs and just remain cute little hermit crab things. I don't think they're gonna listen to me. Terrible listeners. This does mean that we won't be able to pick up the abandoned aqueduct unlock, which means we'll probably run into the abandoned aqueduct 6 billion times this run. So that's okay. Now, Stone Titan, ha! I laugh at thee. I smite thee while laughing. Ha ha ha! And again, ha ha ha! I don't know if that really works, but we're gonna go with it. No! No, with your lasers. You need to charge those up. No, I also didn't want to do that. And I noticed that I am dying. I died. I straight up died, not dying. That is just wrong. That is wrong, and I'm ashamed. So we're gonna try that again. Hopefully the lag is not as bad now as it was before. And hopefully we don't lose the stream again. And hopefully we just do a lot better as the Huntress. Come on, girl. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. That's not true. I'm embarrassing myself in front of my friends. And that's okay. Sometimes a little bit of embarrassment is okay. We try to reassure ourselves. Thank you. But also, thank you. This is a pretty slow start to start. That's okay. We've got flash hip waiters, and that's all that really matters in life. Now, if we could just pick up 50 coins worth of dosh. I think that's all we're really looking for in life. Because surely that box is going to have something amazeballs in it. When it's just required, basically. It's a big box. It's a fuel cell. Okay. You know, that's, I mean, potentially amazing. We accept the offering of a fuel cell. If that's what has to be, that's just what has to be, I suppose. As it were, I could stand something slightly more amazing. Something immediately amazing. Like, say, a Tesla fuel coil. Just saying. I think that would take our run into the next level. We would be playing with power, quite literally. And who doesn't want to do that? Fred Savage, that's who. But just him. And really, has anybody cared about Fred Savage's opinion in 20 years? Probably not. Oh good. We've got double bursting. Does not speak well to our run. Would there like to be some enemies? Thank you. Hopefully you're not getting too much buffering on your ends. We have the fingers and they are crossed. Well, the toes. Mostly the toes. But we've already run that joke, so we're not going to run it twice. We will totally run it twice, by the way. Drawn a bobble. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. But I need something with spark. I need something with oomph. Not much buffering on our end. That makes me really happy to hear. Oh, we've already opened you. Really? I don't remember opening that thing at all. I think we go with the key. I don't know if the key does anything, but it seems neat. So maybe it opens up the pathway to Mega Satan. So that would be nice. Wouldn't mind doing a Mega Satan fight. Oh, Mega Satan's not in this game? Crap. Also, this is very loud. I need to turn down my headphones a little bit. There we go. There we go. Now where is our teleporter? I see you, teleporter. Just trying to be sneaky. You're not sneaky at all. You're the least sneakiest thing that's ever sneaked. Snook? Snuck? Snuck. It's definitely a snuck. There you go. Now, Wandering Vagrant. I know that you've got a lot of rage from being ineptly named, but at the same time, I really need you to not attack us anymore. It's rude, is what I'm saying. Wait, what? How are we dead? Apparently we're not ready for medium difficulty. Apparently that's the thing. Alright, we'll do drizzle. We'll drizzle, see how it works. That was a terrible go. I feel slightly, just slightly, ashamed. I'm making my poor girl look bad. And she's generally the one that we do the best with. How do we run this? Now we did summon stone golems, and that's okay. They're not so bad. The stone man, we like them well enough. Now one thing I kind of don't like about the new combat altars is that you can't really tell when the altar is finished, because there's an unlock that's associated with doing, I think, 5 combat altars in one run, but I'm never sure I've actually cleared the darn thing. That doesn't really help. Rejuvenation Rock. Double the strength of healing. Nice to have. I wouldn't, you know, kick it out of bed for eating crackers. And it gives us antlers. And these are fancy antlers. Alright. I'm gonna say I'm okay with this. I would completely and totally wear a pair of antlers in real life. I did at one point have a set of like moose antler headband type thing. And I wore that proudly. Foolishly, but proudly. Also a cat head. Not the same article of clothing, by the way. These are completely different. I would on occasion wear said cat head into classes. I think my students were slightly less than impressed. But, you know, their average age was reveal all nearby interactables. Huh. Their average age is probably 60, so a bit hard to impress with cat heads. Now, the Stone Titan. Hello, Mr. Stone Titan. You're not getting me this time. What kind of cat head? Well, it was only like the top half. It was a little felt goofy hat. Not quite a beanie, but it had like cat ears and cat eye on it. Well, both the eyes of the cats on it. And just generally looked kinda cute, I thought. My boss wouldn't think so. But by that point, I'd already been working for 10 years, and I was a popular teacher, so my boss couldn't really say too much to me. She had to find more passive-aggressive ways to screw around with me, which she certainly did. Bless her little cotton socks. I have a full head covering rubber cat head mask. There's no way I'd be able to get away with wearing that in the classroom. I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe there would have been. I don't know. It's hard to tell, you know. You kind of build up a certain amount of clout at a place when you've been there long enough. There's a lot you can get away with, but I think a full rubber cat head would have been maybe asking a bit much. Oh my god, there's tons of shit. Well, we should pick up some of this stuff, but question marks all over the map. Why did they disappear so quickly? Did they come back? They're gone? What? Quay? I was hoping to do a quick sweep around and pick up our unlockables, but I guess the game is just a library. A library. Fine game. We'll play it your way. But don't expect us to be happy about it. We're not gonna sing your praises. Sai! Yo, how's it going, mate? You should have seen the beginning of the stream. We've been continuing over an engineer run, and it was pretty grotesque. I'm telling you, unstable Tesla coil. For whenever you pick up, I keep on seeing this rusty key, so damn it, I'm gonna pick it up. I don't know what it does. It's going good. I am very happy to hear that. I'm glad that it's going well. I caught a couple of tweets of yours this morning-ish from me, and it seemed like the first one you were feeling kind of low, and the second one was post-stream with Kazi, and you were feeling not so low again. So I was happy to see the change in those 2 points, and I'm glad to hear that it's going good right now. It's going pretty well on this end. I'm all over the shop. I'm used to that at this point. Well, as long as you're well. I think that's the biggest takeaway For me, at least. I do understand the feeling of being just all over the map, I guess is what we would say in the States. But I have a feeling all over the shop and all over the map are pretty close analogs. That is, yeah. 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 Excellent to hear. I'm also doing pretty well on this end. I spent the day at a health checky thing. It kind of sucked. But according to the doctors, I'm not fenced to die anytime soon. I don't know though, I mean like they're kind of working for the man, and the man just wants to keep us on the job site, so would they honestly tell me if I was fenced to die or not? Say? Not dying is definitely good, generally speaking. You know, there may be, you know, every now and then. Like, if dying would reveal your final form, and you would rule the world, even then I think dying would probably suck. Oh, the rockets are definitely better than the stupid... Give me that. Because the radar actually gives us way too much information. And it disappears too soon for me to actually use any of it. Also, it's been a long time since I've had x-rays. They had to do chest x-rays. I mean, I guess they didn't have to, but they did. And, at the risk of TMI... Why do I have 2 rings now? Two keys now. Nipple piercings are really bright on x-rays. Well, I mean, I guess piercings in general are really bright on x-rays. The doctor was kind of peevoed about that. Like, if you take those out, not really. Not without maybe like a wire cutter. But that does seem to be a thing where I cheese off whatever doctor is giving me a health check. That happened not the last time, but the time before that. Bright nips. Overkill is here too. Dying is really just an eternal out-of-body experience. That is true. I mean, you definitely go with that. Now, we have done the Shrine of the Mountain, which means that we're gonna have double bosses a bit earlier than we're probably prepared to deal with double bosses. So, if I go slightly quiet, which means that mainly I nanner to myself instead of nannering to the chat, it's probably because I'm shut my chat. But I swear diddly air that I will look at the chat as soon as I'm not dying anymore. Also, where's your friend, Beetle Queen? Oh, there you are. Look at them there, they're just chilling. Just chilling. Just gals being pals. Alright, there is a lot of stuff going on here. And I really don't know how I feel about it. So we're gonna have to clear some of this trash off the screen. That's really doable, I think. It's annoying. Also, Beetle Queen, I shouldn't be presenting them quite as much as you are, because that's just a good way to get mowed down by heavy equipment. As I've been told many times on the job site. Oh, right, I think the other one. I forgot all about you. I'm so sorry. I was so rude. I just left you there. I'm a terrible hostess. I'm sorry, Beetle Queen number 2. I will rectify that. In your rectum, damn near killed them. I can never get that joke to work. because I think it only works if you actually have a body to talk about. I have heard that joke in the wild though. It's not really funny, even when it is justified. There we go. Maybe she gotta present it. You know, I mean, shake what God gave you, I suppose. Or twisted alien evolution, you know, whatever it is that gave you the piece that you got going on, then if you got it, flaunt it. But still, you know, in the middle of a fight, it seems kind of danger. Now these fuel cells are going to give us an awful lot more shots with our rocket. Lies! You're the hostess with the mostest. I don't have the chest for that. Maybe someday, but I certainly don't have the chest for that. Oh, Elvira. The world is a darker place without you. Did Elvira ever do a team up with the Crypt Keeper? Because that feels like something I remember. But at the same time, it can't possibly be right. If mountains would make noises, what noises would they make? There's a pun here. I'm gonna go with I don't know. Because I'm terrible at puns unless I'm making them myself. In which case I'm doubly terrible at puns. It's not a sigh pun, is it? That would be weird, right? Did the mountains sigh? Sigh sighs. I don't know if the mountains sigh. Now, no, we don't need any of those. Wind turbines. Who needs a wind turbine? Solar energy all the way, baby. We're frying birds over here. That is the way to go, right? We do want to be frying the birds. I mean, if I were a mountain, and specifically if there were a bunch of little bastards doing a roguelite in and around me, then I would probably just be complaining. That seems fair. I think we could go with muttering complaints. Oh, these bastard kids. These kids in the roguelite. Back in my day, we had dungeon crawlers. Honest adventurers. Crawling into my bowels. That amused me more than it could have. I suppose any chance to say bowels would probably amuse me, but still. Do you think, do the mountains mind having the dungeons carved in them? Is that like a form of body mod for mountains? I'm getting some nice lick work done. Or lich, I suppose. I've never been quite sure if it's lich or lick. It seems like it could go either way. Me, a mountain, complaining that none of these roguelikes or roguelites are anything like the original Rogue, and I would write a 1,000-word essay as to why my mountain brain is so big. So, does the mountain also have a fedora? Are those also still a thing? The mountain is a hipster? I'm sure they must be. Right? I mean, pop culture stands completely still once you've gotten over the age of 30. At least the last time I checked. Alternatively, you could see crawling in my skin in that situation. I don't know if I've told this story on stream before, but I was told that I looked like Chester's twin brother at a Cinnabon once. And I, never really forgave the Cinnabon Corporation for that. or Chester, for that matter. I always held a deep resentment to the chest. I was thinking of the God Lord noises, actually. I had the coughing mostly under control, but that kind of shocked it out of me. Obviously, it has to be Lick, because then that World of Warcraft expansion would be Wrath of the Lich King. That's a wonderful thought. Well, I think that's canon now. That just has to be. It has been decided. Also Bison, but not M. Bison. And that's really the shame of it. I must watch what you posted in humor during my break. I will do that thing. It's not gonna be Linkin Park and Cinnabon, is it? I mean, with the internet, if you say something, you automatically curse it into existence, right? And just by telling that story, I've probably cursed some kind of goddamn meme into existence. Ooh, thirsty fungus. Not quite. What is with these keys? We don't need these keys. Is that so? I mean, I thought that was that's like the internet curse. Just thinking about something means it exists on a website somewhere. Or does that only work for prawn? I'm not sure. I mean, I've never really deeply researched it. Oh, you claymans. You stone mans just popping in. Also my favorite super evil boss. And hopefully we won't get hit by the gravity well attack because it is beast. Is that... why is there no terrible Monkey's Paw Black Mirror episode? Isn't every episode of Black Mirror basically the Monkey's Paw? I only watched like 3/4 of the first episode before I got kind of bored. I think we talked about that. The lack of tension and the fact that it was obvious the Prime Minister was gonna end up fucking that pig. And when you build a situation with no way out, it's just kind of hard to cure this shit. I suppose I should give it another chance though. The Black Mirroring, that is. Oh fudge, I gotta cancel Netflix and I gotta do it tonight. Which I don't think saves me from next month's bill. From diddly ums. Yeah. Such is life. But the thing that is amazing is that David Cameron's story came out after that episode. Maybe that episode inspired the... Whoa! What? What? Okay, I don't know what that thing is, but we're totally gonna go into it. It's very bright. What are you? Besides fancy, would you stop? Lemurian, if that's even what your name is. Oh my god! Did Overkill Rabbit and I just jinx each other? I've actually wondered if the Black Mirror episode didn't inspire the story to come out, honestly. Well, I mean, it could have jogged somebody's memory. I have no idea where we are. I've never seen this place before. Rebuild the Halcyon beacons. I mean, I will definitely do that, but... Why are we here? How did we get here? Are these the beacons? Also, we're kind of getting trashed. So let's maybe get rid of some of these things first. And then we'll rebuild some beacons. Where's the goddamn beacon? Oh, there it is. Sorry, we have to do Pharaoh at least once a day. Well, once an episode. because she's so cool. Now, I guess we gotta get all of them? We got 1 of 7. It's 2 of 7, 3 of... Oh, you cost money! Well, that's, I mean, kind of shite, really. You're charging me with the task of relighting these beacons, and then charging me to do the task of relighting beacons, not beacons. That's completely different. I think it's more over here. That's 3, that's 4. I feel like... excuse me? What is this thing? It's a Titanic Observer? No, hold on. Titanic Gold Weaver. It's pretty badass looking, so that's a thing. Did it put out my beacon? It best not have put out my beacon. I'm gonna be really pissed. You come here. And don't be putting out my beacons. What is with the HP on this thing, by the way? Because it seems to be plenty. Like, way more than plenty needs. At least it's not doing a ton of damage. Wait, hold on a second. I'm not even damaging this freaking thing. That's not an HP problem. That's like a... I don't know how to hit it. Alright, there's beacon number 6. There's beacon number 7. Are you now damageable? Do you have a health bar? That health bar doesn't seem to be going down? Oh, yes it is. Okay. You die now! Also, fuck off with your laser, buddy. Nobody loves a laser. Trust me. I tried. I like the environment for this level, though. But I wonder what we did to trip the trigger on this. Oh, Gold Weaver! Hi! You still can read. Why can't we still read? Because the font is too effing small, that's why. Game. I think you're so snazzy with the tiny font. Oh, shice. Beacons are all... Beacons are down, I gotta spend money again. What's wrong with you? That does explain why there's the unlock for beating this without losing any of the beacons, though. I wonder. Now I know I've like missed a ton of chats, so you just I do just hope you forgive me. And I think once we beat our gold buff here, Flint-Hard Glomgold, as it were, we will probably pause, check everything that I missed in chat, and then have a quick smoke. But first, this thing has to go. And that means more stupid beacons. Did you not with the ineffectual beam? It just makes me nervous. And you know how much I hate being nervous. It sucks. What? How much? 92. Well, you gotta give me more enemies that I can kill so I can actually get the money to do this thing that you want me to do. Which again, let's point out, is completely unfair. I mean, it's just like work. You make me pay for my own equipment. Then you tell me I need new equipment. I gotta pay for that too. Oh, you need a mask that'll hold off asbestos, not just dust. Well, why didn't you say that in the first place, jackass? things are freaking $30. Don't know where that came from. I know exactly where that came from. But luckily I'm not working on asbestos right now. Also a full harness, like, thanks a lot. Those things are like $200, so it's like the job site forgets that we're all complete and utter scumdogs. And scumdogs ain't got no money. Come, please, just die. Anytime now. I was very enamored of the location, but this fight has gone on long enough. Maybe it would be easier if we weren't so... Is there actually a portal out of here? Oh, there we go. So, like, what was even the point? What was that? We got a Halcyon Seed. Summon Aurelian on during the teleporter event. Sure, whatevs. God, I've missed so much. Hold on a second. Hog Wild! I hope it unlocks something neat as well, but I don't think it did. I've actually wondered that we did jinx each other. Yo, jinx! And we jinxed ourselves with that super tough boss fight. I can't do the jinx cry, so maybe not. Imagine just remembering, oh yeah, good old Davey. I remember him. He fucked a hawk one time. Mental. Oh my god. Y'all just killed me. Asbestos is definitely a thing. Oh, now you get the Bitcoin miner during the telephase. That's pretty useful, actually. Yeah, we gotta light the beacons. I think if you can do the fight without... I know there's a trophy for finishing the fight without losing a beacon or having any of the beacons go out. So you must just have to be completely stupidly overpowered. Oh, it's not as cool as Hog Beach, no. Hog Beach is the bomb. Is that still in the game, or did they patch it out? Because the last time I played Risk of Rain 1 was on PS4, and I don't know, like, if Hog Beach carried over to that, but I haven't played Roar 1 on PC. But I used to love Hog Beach. It was like the perfect opportunity to make a sandwich. And you'd come back, 15, 20 minutes later, and you'd be like King Hail God. Hog Beach is... they did patch it so it wasn't infinite. Oh. Hog Beach was a way to basically infinitely farm items in Risk of Rain 1. It was a secret area that would show up, not all the time, off of one of the possible... I think it was the stage 4 levels. And basically, if you could get yourself a bunch of drones, or you could get yourself a wide enough net of barbed wire, you could plant yourself on one ledge, and a boss would keep spawning forever. And every time you kill a boss drops an item. So you could just let the drones kill the boss, because the boss's attacks couldn't reach you on the ledge that you were on. You only really need to be concerned if the boss summoned baby pigs, but the drones would usually take care of those too. And then, like, every 5 minutes or so, you could run in and scoop up all the items that got dropped by the boss, and then set yourself on that ledge again, and let it repeat. So it was a great opportunity to, like, have a cup of coffee, have a cigarette, make a sandwich, and when you came back, you'd be completely stupidly overpowered and just roll over the rest of the game. It was so much fun. There was a Hog Beach in Maple Story? I had no idea. I thought that was like 100% Risk of Rain. I'm gonna have like a really quick smoke. I'm gonna be right back. You can entertain yourself with feral hogs. More than 30 to 50 on Hog Beach, that's for sure. These headphones. Here we are again. It's always such a pleasure. Remember when you tried to kill me twice? And we're back. And let's see. Yeah, it was right near the beginning of the game. There was a hidden door and some grass, and it led to Hog Beach. And it was a very good farming area. It became kind of infamous because it was fine. You could take out everything there, but one armored hog would spawn. You couldn't kill it unless you were way stronger, so all the early game people who farmed there would just get dunked on by the armored hog. It had the same room layout, too. And welcome back, Tron. Yo. The thing. Oh my god, I missed the thing in humor, and you missed a gold portal. Kronos, you did. You also missed, like, a stupidly amazing engineer run. The tail end of one, unfortunately, where we died. That was weird. It felt like there was just a spider on my head. And I would have gone into paroxysms of terror. But welcome, Kronos, as always. It is a pleasure to have you in, and I hope that life is treating you well. And your teeth! Kronos, how are your teeth? Hopefully, much improved. You are on to solid foods. And you got your rice noodles, which are, let's be honest, semi-solid. But still, I've only got $12, but that's a gun turret. I don't want that. And I keep on putting the ends in turret again. Oh, imps. Imps! Imps! Bats! Giant bats! Look at this tail! If everything could just maybe die though, because I'd like to do some shopping. Right, that's the gun turn. Don't want that. Also, give me dosh. Huge amounts of MS dosh. That would be nifty. I would be pleased. I think I'm at the tail end of the healing. Also, Halcyon Seed is just a grand old time. Oh, that's good to know. It's one of like the special boss items, right? Like, what is it? Queen's Gland? Where it summons the beetle guards? Because that's a fun one too. Just give me my 222 bucks and I'll go away. That's not even as much as the dude from Storm of the Century was asking for. Which, by the way, was a completely mediocre made-for-TV Stephen King movie, and it at least I remember it sucking. I could be wrong. I also ran in circles so much, I completely lost what I was looking for. Oh, it's a missile drone? It's a missile drone. All that work for nothing. It spawns the gold portal boss during teleporter events. And hopefully does so on our side, not on their side. Oh wait, that's... okay, that's the way out. Plato would be proud. We're not making hand puppets on the cave walls anymore. We're going out into the real world of things. We turned around in the room and noticed that there was a door there all along. Also, jerk-ass Lemurians? But actually, really though? Oh, he's already dead. No, that was a waste of a rain of arrows. Ukulele! Oh. Oh, my baby. Oh, my sweet, sweet baby. Kronos, I got a question for you. These rusty keys, what the hell did they do? Because we keep picking them up, and I don't really see the purpose. I may have just caved and bought the game on PS4, by the way. Yatta! I'm glad to hear it, actually. I've been liking it a lot. I think it's an extremely solid on game. And I can only think that it's going to be getting better with the updates. They spawn exactly one lockbox randomly in the area somewhere. Okay. Is that like every stage? Because I got 2 of them. The amount of keys increase the chance for a higher tier item. Gotcha. Imps. My beautiful but deadly imps. Just like me. Well, I mean, okay, I got the deadly part down. I'm gonna work on the beautiful part. That's kind of a future project. Also, who is shooting at me and why are they fools? Fools! Bound for the Lake of Fire. You have no idea what titanic forces you're dealing with. Oh, I just did the gunner turn. Like a dope. Well, go to town, gunner turret, I guess. Except the fact that you're gonna have an N in your name from now on. It's a black box and unfortunately is smaller than a regular chest. But it's free, so that's a thing. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just keep an eye out for hard-to-see black boxes. And if I knew the lyrics to that song, I would totally sing it. But nothing to do it. 'Cause I don't. You're not a button. You're not a button at all. You look like a button, but you're filled with sweet, juicy lies. It's okay. Honestly, though, it's not really worth the time and effort looking for it. If you see it, you see it. Okay. Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled, as it were. Which really, honestly, seems like it's gonna work against you. And if you get your eyes peeled, you're not gonna be seeing much of anything, really. Just a lot of blood. Well, the eyes don't look cute, do they? I don't know. I never cut one open. You'd have humors everywhere. Your aqueous humors, your vitreous humors. Maybe some blood if you got the eyelids, but... Or maybe that's what that means. Like, you peel off the eyelids, and then you can never blink, and then your eyes get really, really dried out, and you can't see anything at all. So I win either way. Gosh. Let's hear it for making idioms stupid. Crowbar. We've got a crowbar. We've got green antlers. Really, what more do we need in our lives? Not the humors! Gotta get all those vials back in. I know, right? Where would you be without your black vial? Oh, there's our rusty lockbox. And it's a shield generator. And shield generators crap. Okay, I guess. I mean, at least we know what it does now. We've got some brunching shuttlecocks. We've got, some bursting fungus. One of those. I'm not sure which one. I kind of miss the brunching shuttlecocks, but maybe that was just the humor of its time. I just like the weather reports from hell. And the type of websites that would require weather reports from hell. City. Angel Fire. I thought my day was cursed to miss the stream, by the way, given what happened today. What happened? Did something happen? I mean, obviously something happened, but is everything okay? I mean, I guess you wouldn't have introduced the story that way if it was something really bad, but hopefully. Nothing I need to worry about. Because, you know, a plane ticket to Canada would really soak me dry. But I would totally do it. And I would bring my crowbar. I mean, that's legal, right? You could totally bring a crowbar to Canada. Wouldn't be an issue. Someday, there's a goal to work towards. You know, just to add to the list of goals to work towards, but to have the money to be able to drop everything and just go to somebody's aid, that would be a thing. I would like that. I never knew that laughter can be used as a weapon in this game. A lot of things can be used as weapons in this game, but definitely laughter as well. You know, you can't spell slaughter without laughter. That's how that works, right? But where, oh where has our portal gone? Oh where could it be? You know, you leave the portal alone for 5 minutes. You're like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the store portal. I want you to sit and do nothing. And also, this thing lights up as though we can interact with it, and it has never been interactable before, so that kind of pisses me off. You turn around, and the portal is just gone. It's like, whatevs. I'm just gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna be a portal over here. Like, no, portal, no, that's not how that works. You're really stitching me up over here. Oh, the fuel array. Okay. I thought the fuel array thing was in Rally Point Delta. So is that the teleporter? The golden teleporter. Takes you to error rooms. eventually. Stone Titans, please. What is this joke? I fear not your Stone Titans. This is not 3 weeks ago. I'll have you know. You're thinking time chest. Ah, gotcha. Also, we're never gonna get to that time chest. Holy dogs. Did our gold titan just stomp the hell out of those dudes? Because I think it stomped the hell out of those dudes. No, they totally deserved it. No question. But still, that was quite the stompage. I give all respect to our gold titan. And now that's an item that's just going to appear randomly, right? Because it's unlocked? Or do we have to get it from that fight? Check the prismatic trowel every now and then. Sometimes stage 1 is Rally Point Delta. Oh wow. And you can just pick it up like that. Because we're going to have to do that, is the thing. It is required. Holy Jesus! Did it die? My friend. My peaceful golden friend. Halcyon Seed will always and only ever drop in Gold Portal. Gotcha. Also, that sucks. But, dig it. Distant Roost. Distant Roost to you. Now, we are hoping for Rally Point Delta, I think, to show up as our 3rd stage. Because that will let us get the Mercenary. And we would like the Mercenary. Is this Risk of Rain 2 a crossover with Portal where GLaDOS tries to take control of the Risk of Rain universe? I would definitely pay money to have GLaDOS in Risk of Rain. That would please me to all get out. I don't know if GLaDOS would be a boss, or if GLaDOS would be an ally, but either way, if we could get Quippy GLaDOS, I'd be pretty happy. It doesn't have to be Rally Point for Celestial, just, oh, hi, run off the cliff. Just the stage 3 zone in general. Okay. Huh. Well, we'll have to get there is all. The wiki, she lied to me. Wikis. Yeah, that's, you can't trust nothing these days. Well, that's not true. Trust me. I would never lie to you. Believe me, James. Believe me. I'm totes not the ghost of your dead wife. Hi. Just make sure that you take the correct portal if the blue portal shows up simultaneously. Gotcha. We will keep our peepers open. The cake is a lie. Crowdfunder. Yeah. I'll get right on that. I would have been happy to have crowdfunded this game if I had known it was a thing at a time that I had cash. But I didn't even know Risk of Rain 2 was going to be a thing until the early access was out. It's really a bit of a shock. Also, let's be using our rockets more. Because they're neat. Oh, fudge. That was not really what we wanted. It might have been. I mean, kind of working out any lingering fear of heights before I have to work in tall places. Anyways, I found out earlier today that the flavor I buy at my favorite bubble tea place was discontinued, which means that I was probably the only person on the planet who likes it. Oh God. What flavor do I want to ask? Was it like peanut butter and liver? Because I could see that being not really a popular choice at all. No, definitely. I was trying to think of, is there a situation where that would be delish? And the answer is probably no. Old Guillotine. Instantly kill low health elite monsters. Yeah. And the Bando. Alright. What kind of... I mean, we're building this one up. We're getting it someplace. I can't believe I found the chest that easily. I guess it's just a matter of knowing that it existed. Ooh, monster log. And it's for the jellyfish. I like the jellyfish. It's very sweet. Milk tea is still hold on a second, I gotta actually check all that out. Earl Grey milk tea was great. I mean, it doesn't sound bad. I'm not a bubble tea person, but I quote some of the game characters' lore, etc., even though I've never played them before, and suddenly I know it. It's still a white item in this version. Savor it while it lasts. Oh, are they changing it? This game is good, but surprisingly harder than I was expecting. That was my first reaction. It does honestly get easier. My early streams with it were pretty rough, and I was enjoying it, but having a very hard time with it as well. But it does feel like it gets easier, and Kronos' advice, by the way, in case we didn't do proper introductions last time, Spooky would use Kronos. Kronos' advice last 2 streams ago about not being afraid to get good on Drizzle mode. Don't feel like you have to do the medium mode. I forget what it's called, I think it's Downpour. It does increase the enjoyment of the game a lot. And helped me at least get used to enemy attack patterns. Although you will notice that we are still on Drizzle. Because it's fun. Also, I should totally zap you. It seems not being afraid to drop down the Drizzle. Yeah. It definitely increased my enjoyment of the game. I think there will come a time when I feel comfortable doing Downpour, but that time is not now. Not yet. And that's okay, really. Ooh. Infusion. I love how the change from 2D to 3D while being so faithful makes the game feel similar enough, but without the game being made trivial by the complete transfer of skills from 2D. Yes. Yes, I think that's a really good point. The engineer change, I thought, was the biggest one, and I was initially a little bit disappointed with the engineer until I realized how powerful the turrets really are. It feels nice and cozy and yet new at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good way to describe it. They made the enemy attacks more ranged to compensate for the versatility of 3D movement. Huh. Yeah, now that you mention it, I think I can definitely see that. Because a lot of the enemy attacks in Risk of Rain 1 are pretty close range. And they're very mobby attacks. Alright, that makes a lot of sense. Games that are simple but get harder at the very end. Simple gaming trope, but games that are harder but get easier at the very end, especially if the final boss gets killed in one hit, mind blown. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, I think there are thinking about it, Drawnborn, but there are a lot of games where you end up massively overpowered by the end of the game, and you can make the game trivial. A lot of RPGs I found were like that when I was playing RPGs, because I would do all the stupid side quests and get all the ultimate weapons and, you know, level up everything basically, except in Final Fantasy VII. I never did all those, but you get to the final boss, it's like, what's that, chunk? I'm afraid I didn't hear you over the sound of my giant effing muscles flexing. Oh, you're already dead. Wah, wah. Oh, rusty key? Only if it opens up a rusty cage. Then I think get down with it. Because we gotta get Chris Cornell out of that rusty cage. Yes, I know, by the way. But, necromancy. We can bring him back. We have the necromancy. Punished Guzzlord. In Abyssal Depths, there's actually a gold chest in a guaranteed spot. Oh. That's interesting to know. If you end up finding that spot, you can save up for a red item every time. Ooh. Just in case, no keys are not used upon opening a lockbox. That part I figured. It seemed like it would be asking a bit much to actually use up the keys. I'm gonna go to bed, but I'm glad I got to stop in. Thanks for basically selling this game to me. Sai, thank you so much for showing up. It is a pleasure to have you here, and I'm glad that life is going well for you, and I look forward to your next stream talking. So take care, yo. There's a track on the new Opeth album that has a bit that sounds like it's lifted from You Know My Name, and it does my head in every time I hear the song. It does like was a cowboy. Its motto would be rootin', be tootin', by God be screamin'. From all the little meme bits that I've seen, Overkill Rabbit, that seems very appropriate. Does Guzzlord do a thing besides scream? That is basically the existence of the Guzz, right? Also, we're kind of at the point in the run where I can actually pause and look at chat because we're basically killing everything immediately. Or at least killing things without me needing to pay too much attention to it. So, unless the game has hard difficulty included, I keep expecting to hear Chris Cornell, but then all I hear is Swedish. That's a curse. I mean, maybe not. I mean, it depends how you feel about Swedish, but the lack of Chris Cornell in this world is definitely a curse. Difficulty included, but has an even harder difficulty at the very end. Honestly, there's some games that are like that. Yeet. Trying to think the last game that I played that had a really stupid sharp difficulty curve right at the end of it. Absolutely the lack of Lemmy. I didn't think Lemmy was ever actually going to die, to be honest. I was pretty sure if anybody would just kind of punch death in the face, or else take death out for a nice cuppa, it would probably be Lemmy. Actually, the more I think about it, probably a nice cuppa. Lemmy seems like a far nicer person than he actually let on. And the shame of it is that the one who is going to outlast us is going to be Keith fucking Richards. That's just, I mean, it just don't seem right, does it? But I'm pretty sure Keith Richards is a flesh golem, so not technically alive. Then again, I never thought that Dick Clark was going to die, and, well, he did too. Cool detail, you can actually hear the sound of the goat hoof whenever you step with it. Oh, for real? Oh my god, yes. Yes, you can. That is an awesome detail. They really went the extra mile with Roar 2. I love the way that all the items actually stack up on your turrets when you're playing engineer. The turrets actually wearing the sunglasses is too much. It is too perfect. Also, where's my beetle queen? Beetle girl, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Presenting your fine ass bum. Whatever bum translates to in the Donkadonk, you got it going on, girl. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to see you to the door. Wah, wah. Wah, wah. Another fuel cell? What are you, for real? The only good part of Slayer died and then they turned into mediocre pro Trump act. Are you for real? Slayer is, well, what remains of Slayer, the husk of Slayer, as it were, is pro Trump? That is so sad. Just, yeah, I don't know how to parse that. I have an easier time believing, like, Smash Mouth is actually super progressive. Turrets wearing sunglasses, those aren't just turrets, they're the cool turrets. Well, you're right, Dromborn, and when you're right, and you're always right. But they do look really cool. And goofy at the same time, and I love it. They were like, give Trump a chance at one of their last concerts. For reals? Apparently during development, Risk 2 was designed to be 2D, but they also wanted to go the Isaac route, where you could see the items on your person, which didn't really translate very well. And I should stop running into walls. That does, I mean, that seems like the direction that they were going in, was with Isaac. Backup magazine, add extra charge on your secondary skill. So eventually they switched to 2.5D as an LPP, figured we're already at 2.5 when I go to 3D. It's sad that the older the Crash bands get, the more conservative and terrible they get. Right? You know, when I was in uni, back when dinosaurs still ruled the earth, and nobody had a cell phone, but a few people had pagers. But yeah, there's a friend that was like, "Oh, you know, you're liberal when you're young because you don't have the brain, and you're conservative when you're old because you don't have a heart." Well, that wasn't how it goes. It was something like that. But basically, you get more conservative as you get older, and that has been pretty much the exact opposite experience that I've had. Like, I started pretty lefty and just kept going from there. Maybe I'm not old enough. Yeah. Megadeth. Megadeth is hard for me because Dave Mustaine is such an asshole, and he's always been such an asshole, just in different ways. But there are a couple of Megadeth songs that I almost always make time for because they're just that good. And it leaves me kind of conflicted. I mean, granted, I didn't pay for any of those songs, so it's not really directly supporting the artist. But at the same time, it's kind of like, is this okay? Just a reminder, if you decide to take Celestial, that definitely ends the run. Yes, I am aware, and I think that we might do it anyway. Because that's how we roll. Imp Overlord! Lord of the Red Plain. No, Doctor. My God. Leviathan. Lord of the Labyrinth. Really, though? Oh, shit. We could actually die, so hold on a second. Let's, not do that. Wow. Way to go, Risco. I mean, that was almost Bonza. I looked away for like a fucking second. Alright. Also, where's my big gold dude? Big gold dude, you're supposed to be swamping on the Imp Overlord? Which I guess technically you are doing, but still. Did you swamp harder? Oh shit. Okay, run. Don't die. We actually want to get this stupid celestial portal. It would be like super funny though if we did die. I would give a golf clap. A bitter, sarcastic golf clap, but a golf clap nonetheless. Also, are the imps dead? Could they please be dead now? I should have definitely bought the extra magazine. That was a really good item. Oh, I see a different colored portal color seems to be lit up. There we are! Oh, there it is. Cool. So we're gonna get the Merc. We are gonna have to unfortunately say goodbye to this run. But Celestial Portal. Celeste me, baby! In all honesty, during the pre-alpha version of LVP3, they could have stuck with the 32 layers instead of 16. More room for creation in my eyes. I don't know, Drawnborn. Like, I think the 16 layers causes enough trouble. Oh, got all 3 unique portals. That's cool. I think that the 16 layers tends to cause enough trouble with forced layer changes and slowdown and lag. The subtext for bosses are always so cool. I should also do that. Imp Overlords have an attack rush, it's very strong, and this is pre-skills 2.0, so your Aurelius is less aggressive. There's an environment log below the spawn. Is this another one of those ones where we can't die? Environment log! Do 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 do. Environment log! Do 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 do. I don't know where I'm going, but that's okay, we're gonna get there eventually. Environment log. Do it! I'm just floating in the void? Wait, fall damage can never kill you by its lonesome. Okay, so it's not a artifact of the special areas, it's an artifact of how fall damage is calculated. Or applied, would be probably a better term. Gotcha. Now, where are we going? What's this thing with dating 17-year-olds when you're 34? I can't do a good Jerry Seinfeld voice. I don't think I have enough asshole in me, but there might be other reasons. Was. Also, I'm digging the way that the ground seems to be building itself. That is kind of cool. Now it suddenly stopped doing that, but... Or maybe, kind of? Whatever. What do we care? We don't care. Oh shit! Don't fall off, don't fall off. What? Wait, was what? What are we was-whatting about, Hive? Please, I'm already very, very easily confused. Ooh, fancy portal. It's the obelisk. Obliterate yourself from existence. It's okay. No problems, Hive, no problems. Are you sure? Yes! I will come back in a form even stronger than this one. Gak. A moment fractured. Oh, that sounds so cool. That was actually a really good run, too. Alright, so we got our new survivor. And he's a weeb. This guy pretends to be a samurai, right? That lunar item is very fun and good. I will have to check it out. I'm gonna take a really quick break, and then we're gonna be rocking on with the mercenary, and that'll probably be the last run of the night. But give me 5, and I will check out what you put in Humor Hive. I'll remember this time.